Missing someone.
Hey guys, it's Lex Sims. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing our 100 pets challenge. I did just move something on my mouse pad. I don't know if you heard the clicking, but that's what that was. Anyways, so we are starting with the vet clinic, and again, what I wanted to achieve here was just more dimension. I feel like these rooms are all so square, and it makes the buildings look a little flat and boring, and yeah, I hate it. So the other thing that I really want to touch base on eventually and didn't get to was the roofs, and doing, obviously, like, we're gonna have to do, I also didn't want to go into the roofs because I knew eventually we're going to do a second story both on the vet clinic and the house, so I'm like, I just won't even get into the roofs or the outside right now. We're just going to focus on the inside, so I just want to preface that before we continue. But realistically, what I just started with was giving the building some dimension and moving things around so that way it felt less boring and, like, I don't know, just, do you get what I'm saying? Like, see how these rooms, now that have, like, this little indent right here, like, it looks weird, kind of, but, like, it almost gives it more character. And it actually ended up working out really well for, like, a little cutie corner over here for the guests to sit in. But yeah, this is we did a really good job, honestly. I am proud of myself at, you know, how much effort and time I took to actually just change things up, make them look different. I really have been looking since we got the vet clinic to find a good door to put right there, and they all just are not what I want. They all are just not what I want, okay? And don't mind me just periodically saving, because I'm absolutely terrified that my game could crash at some point, which it hasn't done in, like, a very long time now, but you never know, okay? The Sims always, they keep you on your toes, okay? Honestly, too, a big part with this vet clinic where we started to run out of money was trying to get the machinery and, like, upgraded machinery. Like, it was very expensive. I don't even remember. I don't think we ended up getting a second one of those big, I forget what they're called, but you know I'm talking about, the big machines that you put the cones on the dogs. I don't even think we ended up being able to get one for the other room yet, but I can't remember. I don't know. I really do just pull money out of my ass in this, okay? I start to run out of money here and with the house, and I'm just like, I start selling stuff in our inventory. I start selling stuff that we already had. I just, you know, like, I really just, you know, get in there and give it my best. It looks like I do end up fucking with the roof a little bit, okay? But listen, it's not as good as it could be, and it'll be better once we, oh my gosh, my dog is over here shaking. Sorry about that. It's not as good as it could be, and it will be better once we do the second story and look more into that stuff. I was just doing something so it looked normal, because now we had all these extra weird, like, little hanging bits, and, like, obviously the building isn't a perfect square, so I was like, let me just make it look a little presentable. I can't even remember if I do that with the house. My dog is, like, actively trying to make this audio weird because she's over here drinking water, shaking. She's like, this is the 100 Pets Challenge. I want to be part of it. So I'm sorry if you hear anything in the background, because I'm not going to stop every time she does something. But yeah, and then the kitchen, I kind of realized with the kitchen what we could do, because it did end up, this is a room that, like, I couldn't really not make a square. I was like, let's just give it some dimension, like, within, okay? Instead of, like, changing up the walls, let's just change up the stuff within it and flip it around. So this is not normally a kitchen layout that I would go for, but I do think it ends up working out really well, and I really like it. Like, look at how cutesy. Tell me that's not cutesy. That's so much better than the layout we had before, okay? It looks so much better. Love it. And here is me trying to at least add the staircase, because I was losing my mind and I just wanted it there, so I knew where to put it, where I was going to put it. And I can't remember actually if we do end up figuring out where to put the staircase. I think we do, but don't hold me to that. I filmed this a little bit ago, so I can't fully remember. But yeah, also I just double checked, and it looks like we didn't figure out where to put the staircase. Oh my god, my phone's going off too. Love that for me. I'm just gonna keep it in here. I'm not even gonna restart the recording, okay? But yeah, we do not figure out where to put the staircase. So I take that back. But that's about it for that clinic. It still was a cute little makeover, and I'm not excited to deal with the staircase next time. I think another reason we didn't end up doing the staircase is because it was so expensive as well, and if I wanted to redo the house, I had to just stop myself before I spent any more money. So I was like, let me just not. We'll come back to that, which makes sense. You know, that was me thinking logically. I'm not delusional. So the next thing I had to do was put all of these fucking, because I was basically breaking down the walls and redoing this entire centerpiece layout because it just felt the layout was wrong in my brain. And we had this garage piece on the side that we were never going to do anything with because it was like, we can always add that back later, but just like, we're not doing anything with it right now. And right now it's just a space we could be using. So I kind of just started, by taking everything off the walls, including all of the dog's pictures, which did take me a very long time. And then just destroying all of the walls within and keeping the base of the outside. Because again, what I wanted was just more dimension, which meant I just needed to reshape the walls on the inside. I actually wasn't too mad with the shape of the outside of this house like I was with the vet clinic, where it's like, okay, I need to actually move the base, the outside walls, if that makes sense. Here I just kind of needed to, go back to our original base and look at how I wanted the layout to look. Another thing I did was, I think I raised the ceilings a little bit to make it a bit higher, look a bit bigger. Put bigger doors and stuff that makes it look more fancy, even though it's not. And then you saw me pause a second ago, and that is where I went in and I looked at actually like other house layouts that I could kind of relate to and see like different shapes of rooms and different ways that I can incorporate that here. So that's what I was doing there, and it really did help, honestly, truly. If you are trying to build better, more unique buildings in The Sims, it's something I've always struggled with. Like, I can make a bomb ass sim, okay? They can look gorgeous, beautiful, all the best custom content. The issue that I've always had with The Sims is buildings and like physical in-game building. Like, I have been playing The Sims for so long and I've never been good at it. But I've found the best way to help myself learn with this process is to actually go look at examples, not just like other Sims 4 builds and other people's builds, which is helpful. Do that as well, and watch YouTube videos and do stuff like that, but also just like actual physical houses and buildings. Like, it's crazy. One time, I don't think I have the save anymore, but one time I built the house that I was living in, and like, it was crazy. All I need is a blueprint, bitch. I can build anything off a blueprint, okay? That's how I am with drawing too. I'm a really good, I don't know if I would call myself really good. That's crazy, but I am a good drawer, and I love to draw, and I love to paint. But I, for the life of me, have no fucking creativity up in this bitch, and I cannot seem to make something without seeing the visual, and then like I can add my own little touches to it, but I need like the visual there. I can't just create something from my brain, which is really weird and it's very frustrating. So again, like, I think seeing like physical builds and houses has really, really helped me and my family, okay? And I just suggest it to anybody who is looking into making more creative builds and learning how to do that kind of thing. Anyways, back to the physical building. I also wanted to incorporate more of these archways because I feel like the doors makes things really closed off, and I thought first of all, let me just start by saying, yes, this is the weirdest shaped room I've ever built, okay? It's very odd, right? Like, it's not, but again, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for odd. I was looking for out of the norm. I did not want squares. So I was like, it's fine. It's gonna work. And right here, I was thinking this looks like a cell room, and I do kind of hate it, but we're gonna make it work. It's gonna look cute. It's gonna give it dimension. We're gonna just work through it, and it did. I think it turned out really good. And I was able to add this little centerpiece in the middle. This was actually purely off of my own creativity, and I am so proud of myself because I know it's just like 4 counters flipped around to the backs of each other, but like, I don't know, it looks so good, and I'm so in love with the little middle bar area right here that I created. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you think, but I just think it looks so much good. So much good. Hello. So much better. I can't even speak today, okay? But yeah, and then also, tell me this mint green, like, countertop, like, wooden vibe is not perfect. Like, I feel like it's so good. It's perfect for Clover. It looks so much better. Like, I already just love the layout of this kitchen 10 times more after adding like more decorations and more colors and more, like, I don't know, like, it just looks, I already love it, right? Like, now it's starting to come together. And then here I am, I tried to organize the backyard a little bit, but we didn't really get very far. Staircase. Okay, guys, this is my favorite part of the entire makeover. Okay, my favorite part, because you'll see what we do to the staircase in a second, and I am so motherfucking proud of myself. Okay, so proud of myself, and I don't care what nobody says. Okay, I did have to play for a second. I can't fully remember why. Oh, it's because I moved the shed, and then the fucking animals weren't in there anymore, and so then I had to try and fix that. I literally had to, like, exit out of the game and come back in. It was a whole thing, but I'm pretty sure we did end up getting it fixed. I'll have to double check, though. Anyways, I am so proud of this staircase, and I learned this through a video, more specifically, actually, a TikTok video. It really wasn't too difficult. The most difficult part about what I do with the staircase is the wallpaper. I know that sounds silly, but we'll get to that in just a second. Yeah, obviously I put the staircase down. I was like, let me work on some other shit really quick. That's gonna be a whole thing. I already know it. And so I did. Now the bathrooms were a little tricky because I, again, wanted to give them dimension, but, like, I don't know, they just were not working correctly, but I did figure it out, and they do look cute. And I did change up the vibe in them a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I did sell some stuff because, again, we need money. I had to scrounge for the dollar bills. I should just turn my ringer off. That shit is so annoying. I'm so sorry. There we go. Anyways, so, the roofing situation. See, again, I didn't go too much into it because we're adding a staircase, but we will eventually work on a roof, okay? But I just wanted to add the bases. We do not get to upstairs, okay? We're too poor. I was not able to continue our journey upstairs, but I did want to get that started because I do think the upstairs is more important here than it is in the vet clinic. The vet clinic is fine for now. This, I do want to get going, and I feel like we should be further than we already are. All right, anyway. I'm so proud of this too. Like, look at this. I'm over here creating little rooms, and, like, it already just looks so much more interesting than it did before. So I am so proud. I'm so proud of everything that we did here today in this very moment. I did end up moving the pets room to the other side of the house, which I do feel like once we play is going to be a little confusing for my brain, especially because I did this build a while ago and haven't played since, and I'm actually planning on filming and playing today. But I do feel like maybe this is a good little refresher for myself even. When I say filmed a while ago, I want to say only like a couple weeks, maybe a month. So not too crazy, but definitely something that's, you know, gotta be revisited because I think it's gonna be a little weird, be like, oh, gotta go over here and not there. Especially because I feel like we've had this layout for so long. Maybe it hasn't been that long, but in my brain, it has been that long for me. Okay, like, I do have to get used to things. But yeah, pretty much, just testing out the layout. Oh, another thing that I do, testing out the layout, I don't know what I meant by that, so don't even pay attention to me, but another thing I do is actually play around with the levels in the house, like the actual floor levels, and you'll see that with that centerpiece there that I do with the living room. And we're able to actually give it like a step, like a step up into the living room. And I just want to say, again, another thing I learned just from like a quick like little TikTok video. Love all of you guys who do those. I've almost been thinking about like doing quick little videos like that too, because it's so much fun, and like, why not? And even if nobody watches, like, I had fun making them, I had fun putting them out, and maybe it'll help one person, it helped me, and I was that one person, like, so I just think it looks so cute, and I'm so proud of myself for learning this. Like, I know it's not that big of a deal, but I was excited, okay? I was excited that I figured out these little things. Oh, so sorry. Okay, sleepy. Oh my gosh, also very sorry. I cannot focus on one thing. But I put up my Christmas decorations this week, okay? I know. It is only currently, when I'm doing this voiceover, on November 11th. Okay, and I know what you're thinking. What the fuck is wrong with you, okay? And a lot of things would be the answer, okay? A lot of things are the answer. But I don't do fall because I am too poor to afford fall yet, so So we just do Halloween and Christmas. And I personally would like Christmas out longer than Halloween. So like this in between fall time, like Thanksgiving, November, like why not just put up my Christmas? You know, like the fucking October or November 1st, we're going Christmas, okay? We're going Christmas. Granted, I did wait a little longer this year. I think it was literally this last weekend, so November like 10th or 9th or 8th, something like that. But yeah, I just had to throw it out there. If you guys do Christmas and get that out as soon as possible, as early as possible, I would like to know, okay? I would like to be informed because everybody makes fun of me for it. I was definitely going to mention that. I just was going to forget, and that's why I was like, let me just mention that now while it's in my brain. Anyways, also, I am so sorry if this part of the video is coming out a little blurry. This clip was a little, like, corrupted because of how long it was, so we did the best with what we could. It's not too blurry, but I'm sure, I know some of you have mentioned in the past some of the clips being blurry, and this is one that I could totally see that happening too. So I just wanted to throw that out there. It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look as blurry as some of my older ones, to be honest with you, but I just wanted to throw that out there in case anybody notices. I'm aware, but this is the best we could do, okay, with what we got. The clip is almost over anyways. We've already almost surpassed most of it. Okay, and I also know what you're thinking here. The cat room is so much smaller than the dog room, but they're tiny and they don't need a lot, and I think it's fine, okay? I was trying to find a good spot for them, and we can also always make them a bigger spot upstairs once we get to that point. The problem is I don't like the animal rooms to be upstairs because they're going to have a hard time when their kittens or puppies getting up and down, like we had in the very, very OG original 100 Pets house. And I don't want to be dealing with that shit, okay? It was so annoying. Even like the steps outside are like kind of an issue sometimes. So I didn't want to deal with that. I was just like, let's just try and make it all work down here. And I honestly think that the cat room being down here will end up being completely fine. I think it'll be okay. But I just wanted to kind of toss that idea out there in case any of you guys had thoughts on it or things that you wanted to say about it. But I think the cats are fine in their room. And I think the dogs are fine in their room too. We end up fitting quite a few beds in here. I get these cute little like wooden beds, and I don't know, I just find them to be perfect. Okay, absolutely perfect. And then we have some smaller ones for our puppies and our smaller dogs as well. I do end up changing their food and water bowls because the feeders are just so ugly. Like the normal bowls that come with the feeders. The feeders themselves are also kind of ugly, but they're the best we got. But I at least wanted to change the base bowl because the base bowls, I don't know, they look ugly to me. I don't like them. And that's something that we can do. That's something I figured out, and I was like, let's do it. And then we have a little laundry room over here, and I like the laundry room being over here so much better. Like, let me know what your guys' thoughts are, but I just overall, like, love the layout so much better. It's just so much more interesting, and I feel like it's going to work out a lot better. All of the floors being different colors right now because we switched around the rooms is giving me a little bit of OCD, but that's okay. It's fine. Does that even make sense? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Don't come for me. I do not claim to be a doctor. Also, I also want to throw it out there because I don't think anybody has noticed, but some of my lingo tends to be very Girl World coded, and I am a Girl World fan. Specifically, Zachary Michael. I know he's not part of the Girl World community anymore, but I still love him, still watch him. I'm still very much engaged, I feel like, in the Girl World community. I don't love most of the other reaction channels, I won't lie. I do like Charlie Gold. But I was just curious if anybody knows what that means or like ever notices that in my videos when I talk. Please feel free to clock me on that, okay? As Rosie would say, clock that T. But I just wanted to throw that out there because I thought it was kind of funny. I'm like, no one's actually ever noticed, but like maybe I should just expose myself, you know? And maybe there's somebody else out there who like is also into that little niche part of the community and like might agree with me on some of the subjects and topics there. But anyways, I digress. We are just adding lots of decorations to the walls. And then we are doing the girls' rooms. As you can see, I did give them separate rooms, and I gave Paisley's room a bit more of an artistic take because she does like art, and I feel like It just looks, I'm not gonna lie, I love Paisley's room. I think it turned out so super duper cute. Peyton's did too, but it's not as fun. It's not my vibe. I like Paisley's room a lot better. Either way, I know that they're gonna be teens soon, so I just wanted to give them their separate space. And of course, I did give Peyton like a toy chest, and then obviously we have the kids art table for Paisley. But we will, in the next couple episodes, be moving into them being teens. So I gave their rooms kind of more of like a preteen makeover, and then we'll go head back in and like replace, like the art table with an easel and stuff like that once they're teens, and give them the full teen experience. But I just wanted to throw that out there that for now we're kind of keeping the preteen vibe, and we'll switch things up once we get there. We are getting close to me dealing with this fucking staircase, so I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me yap, and realistically, what I really, in a lot of these time lapses, really, it's just a chance for me to yap. I really am not saying much. You can't fucking see. Okay, let's be real. You really don't need to hear me yap, but I like to. Okay, I like to. And if you have a problem with it, let me know, and I will just play music. And my dog is being loud again, but I will just play music if it really does bother you guys. But I feel like it adds more to the video. It feels like more effort, and I love that. We love to see effort in this corner of the internet. Okay, we love effort. And then I did have to press play for a second to sell some stuff because we were poor. We were poor, and I really wanted to do the staircase idea. So I was trying to scrounge up as much money as I could. I was looking for poops to sell. I was looking for it all. Okay. I was looking for it all. All right, here we go. So the staircase, my idea was to add a fish tank, okay? Because this is the 100 Pets Challenge. Why the fuck would I not add a fish tank? And this is actually, I feel like, an easier process than you might think, okay? I just, doing it for the first time, had to figure out how I was gonna do it. And I did have, again, like a little video to follow, but the issue was, at first, this is the window we ended up going with, the one you just saw. But at first, I couldn't find one that perfectly fit. Like this one, I just wanted it to be like perfect, like a perfect little, and it wouldn't. I couldn't find, I was like, this also could work, right? Like, I don't know. I wasn't feeling any of it, to be honest with you. It was all pissing me off, and so we do end up just going with a basic square. But just watch me struggle here for about an hour, trying to figure that out. I was just trying to use up as much of the wall as we could to get that effect. And then this is what I saw in the video, right, with somebody, the original video I watched was somebody using wallpaper, but the issue is you can see it at the top of the corner. Like, I want like a blue background or like an oceany background, obviously, for the fish tank once you see in. But you could see it in this corner. So my initial idea is like, okay, it's fine. We're just going to cover up the corner with the fucking wallpaper. I didn't want to make the whole wall right here blue. Like, that's weird. I did not like that. It was not giving the vibe I wanted to give. Because obviously in the original video, what they did was just make that whole wall blue, or the whole aesthetic blue. And I hated that. So I wanted to try it and at first cover up this corner, but I'm like, how the fuck, like, this is like the staircase. I can't put a piece of decor in the staircase. So again, another hour of me struggling to figure this out. And we do not end up going with wallpaper at all. Okay? At all. And I do also, I don't know if I'm going to cut it out or not, but I do rant about this in my outro for about 10 minutes. And then the other issue too, right, is if you have a piece of art there that's big enough to cover that square, it does lead down into the actual aquarium, and you don't want to see the piece of artwork in the aquarium because that's the whole point of the wallpaper. So yeah, basically it was really just a struggle, okay? But basically, if you haven't made this aquarium, all you gotta do is put a staircase, a window, and I'll explain the background in just a second. But for the actual inside of the aquarium, you're gonna buy just a regular aquarium, okay, one of the little ones. If I can find it, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I'm still fucking with the wall. Okay, great. God, I swear to you, when I did this, I did it for so long. I was trying to figure this out. Okay, I thought we were over it, but maybe not. Okay, anyways, so then we went ahead and added one of the regular aquariums, and you just size it down. So that way, the stuff that is in the aquarium is a lot bigger than the actual aquarium itself. Okay, so you just size it down, and I'm pretty sure that's shift, and then the little, oh my gosh, what is it called? what is it called? Bracket, the little bracket. I can't remember. I think it's left bracket, but I can't fully remember. You might have to look up that sheet. Can't remember. I just know I just know it by hand, okay? Then you want to get an outside rock, and you can either size it up or just pick a rock that works best for you. A couple rocks, and you're going to try and cover up the aquarium piece. You could also use foliage like I did here, like leaves and good stuff like that, and little plants. And you're just going to cover up that gray box in the middle, okay? You don't want to see that because all the fish and the other stuff is going to be outside, right? This is so smart. Whoever did this, you're so smart. Okay, it was not me. Do not take credit. But, you know, somebody figured this out, and God bless them. God bless them, because it's so easy, but, like, you wouldn't have thought about it, right? You wouldn't have thought about it. I took a break from the aquarium because it was pissing me off. And then I went ahead, and this is where I was learning how I can make the living room go a step up, right? So you're just basically going to have to build like 2 walls, and then make those that floor, that piece go up, and then you just got to delete the walls, right? Maybe I shouldn't do videos explaining these things, but you saw it. You saw what I did, right? Because it doesn't make very much sense, okay? That was a little harder to explain, though, to be honest with you, than the aquarium, which is interesting, right? It's interesting. But yeah, basically now we have this little step here, and I think I ended up moving the living room over a bit or something. I feel like I think that was a little too close to the staircase, and so we do end up moving it a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe I end up leaving it like that. Maybe I don't end up moving it. I did think that, though. I remember thinking that. Like, it is a little close to the staircase, and I do kind of hate that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So sorry. And then, yeah, I went back to just decorating and putting stuff back on the wall, because now I had a good foundation for, like, this was the layout, okay? I wasn't going to change it. I wasn't going to move anything too drastically. So I went back to just kind of putting everything on the walls, and I needed a little breather from from the staircase section over there, okay? I was losing my mind slightly. And also, it did bother me that all the walls were, like, different colors. So I was like, let me just go do the wallpaper. Let me just do all the satisfying stuff really quick. We can add back some of the details in the girls' room. We had so much stuff in my inventory that I had to put in my inventory to begin with to be able to do the walls. So I was like, let's just go back through and do that. We can add back our rugs. So I'm just rebuilding over here. Revamping? I don't know. I was looking for a better word or term, but I can't think of one. And then we do go back to the staircase, and I'm going to tell you guys the trick, okay? The trick to the staircase and how I fixed the wallpaper problem, which I really didn't think I was going to do. I thought I was going to have to go with the stupid ass fucking posters in the corner. It didn't even fully cover it, okay? I thought that's what we were going to have to do, but we didn't. We went back. Here I had to play a little bit more to get more money, I think, right? Or maybe I was just checking what it looks like in live mode. I don't remember. I did have to go back multiple times, though, and get more money, okay? From the little things around the house. But yeah, no, this little living room piece, too, turned out so cute. Love it. The door looks so much better, too. Like, the door area, it's not like this big empty wall with just the door right in the middle now that the staircase is there. Like, ugh. I'm so proud. I did have an issue with what kind of wallpaper I wanted, like, the living room to be, and I did end up changing it a couple times before the outro, because I still don't know if I like it, to be honest. Like, this middle piece, like, this dark brown, I'm like, I don't know what to put here. Like, I really couldn't think of what wallpaper I wanted, so please feel free to give suggestions on that, because I do end up changing it, I think, like, off camera, and I still don't like it. But whatever, it is what it is. I was just honestly so tired at this point, and so pissed off about the goddamn... And look, at the roof even looks like shit about the goddamn staircase. But really, I just needed to take a second and look into other options. And here's me just, looking around, checking to make sure everything looks very cutesy, very demure. And yeah, I do end up coming back. Like, this was me being like, okay, I'm done. I'm just looking. I'm just checking. I had to buy more fish, too. You have to do that in live mode. So I was purchasing more fish for our fish tank. And, like, hello, look at that. Like, look how cool it looks already. Like, hello. But yeah, this is pretty much the full makeover. All I'm going to do is go back and fix the wallpaper, which, and not just this wallpaper, okay? Like, like the real wallpaper, the wallpaper that I've been fucking complaining about. This is the fix. Okay, right here. The RGB strobe lights. I think that's what it says, strobe lights, or just lights, strip lights. Maybe it says strip lights. I just got a lighter wallpaper. Okay, this greenish color all around the house. And then you just put these lights in here and you can change the light color. You can change the light color. Like, who would have? And actually, this actually wasn't from a video of somebody making the fish tank. Okay, this was from a video of somebody putting these RGB lights around their pool, which is a fantastic idea. And I'm definitely going to do that in the 100 Baby Challenge because we recently just built a pool. And I think we're going to build a pool at this house eventually too. But how cool! Like, or even like around the border of a room, like strip LED lights, like that would be so cool. So, such a good idea. But yeah, that's it. That's the makeover. So, I'm gonna let my regular self talk now, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me yapping for a bit. Okay, guys, we are officially done. I've tried to film this outro like 3 times, and I keep getting distracted. So, okay, I may have cheated a little bit at the end there, just to purchase a couple more fish and add these lighting effect lights in there, because my wallpaper idea was driving me nuts, and I wanted the thumbnail, so fight me. I will purchase 2 or 3 of the lights if we really. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It was like a couple extra 50 simoleons or something like that. I don't really care. But we officially have our staircase fish. That's all I cheated for, by the way. That's it. Okay, I spent like an extra 100 simoleons. Fight me. Okay. But other than that, we somehow scrounged up the change to redo this entire place. And is it done? Absolutely not. We still need to add windows. We still need to do the outside. We still have a lot that I want to do with the yard, like a lot. And the walls in here are still pretty barren. I decided on this green wallpaper for the middle. Oh, what the fuck? Do you see this? This is what happens to me every time I try and film an outro. Every single time. Oh my god. You guys. I just want to be done. I'm filming my outro. This is it for me. This is it. Lots more to be done, but we're completely out of money at this point. Okay. we even spent an extra 100 simoleons, so we're gonna have to I'll have to look at the lights and tax myself. We have some debt to pay off whenever we make some money. Couple extra $100, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic, fabulous day. And if you're not, I hope it gets better. I will see you guys next time. Bye.